We're going to look at the sale of state lands. Government denies selling official lands to cronies. Now, let me read you a story from ChannelOneNews.com. Government denies selling Du Bois Center and other state lands to cronies. And it says here, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has categorically denied the sale or lease of certain state lands to cronies of the Akufo-Addo administration. A member of Parliament for North Tong, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, raised alarm about the sale of state lands, accusing the current government of selling lands belonging to institutions such as Du Bois Center at Cantonments, Parks and Gardens at Cantonments, and in Wa, the Judicial Service. Parks and Gardens at Cantonments and in Wa, and then the Judicial Service at Cantonments and the Prison Service at Roman Ridge to its cronies. However, in a statement, the ministry vehemently denied the allegations, describing them as false. Now, for the avoidance of doubt, the lease, and I quote, for the avoidance of doubt, the lease and or sale of the land at Roman Ridge allocated to the prison service, the subject of the matter of Member of Parliament's allegations, was made in the year 2005, and certainly not under the current administration. The allegations that said that the said land had been granted by the current administration to cronies in what has been described as state capture are therefore false. The land occupied by the Du Bois Center was acquired in 1897 by a certificate of title dated 20th December 1897 for government purposes. Now, the site is currently being occupied by the Du Bois Center and the Lands Commission, and the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has no pending application for the grant of this parcel of land to any third party. Let me come to you.
Okay. So, I just want to use a minute to go back to what she said. I don't know what she was actually asking you to correct about what I said. Now, maybe she's not aware. When there's an ally that comes from the funding ministry, it is sent to the parent committee. Then before it comes to the
floor?
No, the subsidiary committee.
Okay.
How do you want to automize the idea or the notion that Honorable Ablakwa is part of all of these committees, and so he's supposed to be aware?
So he shouldn't
and
declare
please,
on
I kept quiet when you were talking, please. I kept quiet. No, that is your point, so keep it. When it's your turn, then you can say it. Now, I don't know again the reason why you want to hang that empty skull of a dog on the neck of Honorable Ablakwa and the Speaker of Parliament. I don't know why. What's the reason? Because it is so sad. It's unfortunate, rather, for you to want us to believe you and don't believe these people who are in there. And you are seated here and telling us what you think, not even your MPs who are in Parliament telling us what you are claiming. And you want us to believe you. How? It doesn't make sense. Now, we are talking about the outcry, the public outcry of general pricing of goods and services. Tell me, even pins now, people are crying about the pricing of pins. And what we are telling government of the day to do is to concentrate on ensuring that they take measures that will reduce cost of production. What is not on the rise now? Is it the dollar? Is it the petroleum pricing? Is it, what is it called? The prices of tariffs, sorry. Everything is on the rise.
Utility tariffs?
Utility tariffs, thank you, sir. Everything is on the rise. And all of these, their behavior, how they go up and come down, depends on you. And those were the reasons you gave to the Ghanaian people who gave you the power to come and govern us. Now it's on the rise. We are telling you to take steps to bring out the knowledge in you, the expertise you people have. You claim you have. We are asking you to bring those expertise out. and ease the burden on us, the unbearable hardship. And so the prices of cement being on the high and the complaints of the people is not only limited to the pricing of cement, but general goods and services. Now, we were here when people came out with a bowl of tomatoes. I am sad to say that today, I am buying a tuber of yam at 50 Ghana cedis in Tamale. In Tamale. I can come to Tamale and I can't even carry a tuber of yam to people that I love, people who are friends and are here. It's sad. It's on the rise. And so these are the things we are saying. We are saying that your actions and inactions have sunk us into an unbearable hardship situation. And so please do well to reduce it. Not to come with airlines to come and force people to fix prices based on what you think. Standard Board doesn't have that, or Standard Authority doesn't have that mandate. You are only there to regulate how the quality of the product, but not the pricing. And so please, where you have started or you ended, it's not a place to land. Now, I am sad, or this has really woken up the sadness in me relative to the sale of state lands to MPP cronies. I don't know. In Accra here, you are talking, this news is talking about that of Accra. It is a sad reality in Tamale, a sad situation.
In Tamale?
In Tamale.
Really?
You know Tamale?
I know Tamale quite well.
West Hospital, around West Hospital, there is no single land left there. Unfortunately, West Hospital has no courtesies for the staff. The land, you know, when you are sloping from Picona, West Hospital is on your right, on your left, and the lands on the right, all of those have been sold.
Yeah, but those government lands?
They are government lands. They are part of West Hospital. You come to Ward K, where there's the Snit Tower now. There are land, they were, in fact, they were courtesies. At the time that they were throwing out those people, they were workers in those courtesies. Those lands have been sold. I passed through the Camina Road, the airport road, and I saw that there were erections of structures in the buffer zone. I believe it's been sold. You know, those days, it was not easy for you to come there to erect a temporary structure, not to talk of a building. But you see some structures raising up there. It is all because of sales of land. Now you come to the center, the market center. People's lands have been taken. Unfortunately, the TMA has also gone into erecting containers around there to take rent from people.
Really?
It's a sad reality, sir.
This is around where Camina, the Camina
Road? From Camina, when you come to Taxi Rank, when you come to the central market, there was even a news where a cripple was thrown away, where he sits to do Allah to survive. He was thrown away. But the MPP Regional Women's Organizer, a structure is being raised there for them. Not in any good faith, but because they are in government. I heard somebody talk, and I felt so sad. I got, like, I don't know, fear. I was afraid.
Please wrap it up for us.
Because the people think that you are abusing the power that was given to you. And the person who expressed his position out of anger was like, he wasn't even sure, even if there will be a government who can take back all these resources, because people want the resources, the lands to come back to the state, where people can use it. For instance, West Hospital, as I've mentioned, has no staff courtesies. The opposite, where the lands are, where they have taken them, could have been used to build courtesies for the staff. Now it belongs to the MPP regional chairman, the MPP who, the MPP regional that. That is what is happening. As I speak to you, there's tension brewing again on a particular land. I watched it, or I think on TikTok also. I'm not sure which position the land is, but it has also been taken, and the people are out and crying. And the unfortunate thing is that the people that my uncle, Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, and Nana Adodan Kwekufuado, His Excellency, went and begged, sat down to drink pure water with them, and told them that they should trust them, they believe in them, they should give them the opportunity. They've come down to their level to let them know that when they come, they will protect their interests. They are the people that they are dragging on the ground now. It is unfortunate that they have created that notion that people won't even believe, hardly will believe politicians again, because these are people, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, of all, holding a mortar and pounding fufu, all because of power. Today, the people you went and pounded the fufu with, the people you went and drank the pure water with, are the people you are dragging on the floor, are the people whose livelihood is on the line. And so, for me, I am so worried that the masses might hardly believe a politician again. And
yeah, but someone in the post says that the Parks and Gardens, for example, was sold to NDC cronies under, you know, the government of the day.
Which Parks and Gardens?
Well, I mean, I can read the story for you. The attention of the, this is in the middle, in the on page 8 of the Chronicle. The attention of the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has been drawn to allegations by the Member of Parliament for North Tongue, Honorable Samuel Kujuto Ablakwa, in respect of certain public lands which he alleges are evidence of state capture. Okay, let me move on. And it says here, the Parks and Gardens land at Cantonments. The Parks and Gardens land at Cantonments Parks and Gardens land situated at Cantonments, opposite the head office of the DVLA, was acquired by the state in 1894 by a certificate of title dated 23rd August 1894 for Hausa Reserve. Now, subsequently, by a certificate of allocation dated 2nd October 1952, the land was allocated to the Director of Agriculture, which then was later succeeded by the Department of Parks and Gardens. Now, on 16th of August 2012, the then Deputy Minister for Local Government and Rural Development, Honorable Elvis Ankra, on behalf of the then Minister, wrote to the Chairman of the Greater Accra Regional Lands Commission requesting to sell 2 acres of this land, that's the Parks and Gardens land, okay, 2 acres of this land to enable it to raise funding to resource the Department of Parks and Gardens. All right, and so the story goes on here, but he's saying that the whole thing, there's, you know, issues of NDC at the time attempting to buy several lands, and the story is quite a lengthy one.
So, these are claims that have been laid always by the MPP. I think yesterday I was watching on a different station when somebody was pressed to point out a single land that was bought or that was sold. In fact, the allegation was laid on His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Now,
I watched that.
You watched that?
Was it Randy?
Randy, yes.
Yeah,
and the person couldn't mention that single land. Now, this is a claim that a request was made to sell part of the land to resource the Parks and Gardens, right? I am not sure whether it's because the story has not finalized on the point that it was sold.
No.
It has not finalized on the point that it was sold, but it was an attempt to raise funding to resource the Parks and Gardens. Okay. Because when you asked earlier about the Parks and Gardens land, I thought it was that in Tamale, that of Tamale, that I wanted to say that no, it has not been sold.
That also has issues.
Exactly. So it is a request that was made to resource the Parks and Gardens, assuming the land is huge, part of it will be sold to resource it. And that didn't happen. And so, you see, I've always said that the MPP that I know, when they come, they look at successive governments, what they have done. Okay. The negatives, they go and pick those ones. They won't talk about the positives, the development. They will not imitate and walk in the steps of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC government, the development they brought, the steps they took to put the economy back on track. They won't walk there. They are looking up to the negatives. I should purported negatives, let me even put it down, purported negatives that will enrich them. And so the MPP doesn't take a step.
Okay, please, let me wrap. Well, we've got to wrap things up. But let me just conclude this to give proper context to the entire story. Yes, I know you will. So for the avoidance of doubt, the lease, so like I said, the story is very lengthy, but I want to go to the end of it. And it says that for the avoidance of doubt, the lease and or sale of the land cantonments are located to the Department of Parks and Gardens. The subject matter of the Member of Parliament's allegation commenced the year 2012 and concluded in the year 2016 through a 50-year lease granted to Wuntrim Company Limited on the 29th of November 2016 and subsequently assigned to Danny Ike Real Estate Developers Company Limited. The allegations that the said land has been granted by the current administration to cronies in what has been described as a state capture are therefore false. So he started and he's concluded and explained clearly how the processes went, and the land therefore was sold to a particular real estate developer. So the claim that
a real estate developer who is now an NDC person, right? That is what he's saying. So yes. I have given you examples where the MPP regional chairman, the MPP regional women's organizer have thrown people away. The second thing is that...
No, you have 10 seconds, please.
Okay, so the second thing is that this was supposed to raise funding for the parks and gardens. It is not as if the land is sold wholesomely.
Okay.
But a part of it to raise funding to support the parks and gardens.
All right.
Yes, you know, I've realized that going into this election, NDC has decided to take the path of deception, the path of lies, the path of propaganda to win the elections, which Ghanaians are smarter than them. You can't keep lying to the good people of Ghana and thinking that they will take you. What is your message going into the elections? You have none. All they are doing is lies. And I'm so happy that, and I want to use this opportunity to congratulate the Honorable Minister for doing this due diligence on the sale of these lands. The deception has to stop. The lies has to stop. Now, if you look at the details of this, the sale of this land, now let's go to the land that belongs to the Parks and Gardens, which is opposite the DVLA headquarters, which Ablakwa claimed was sold by this government. Now, there is documentation to prove that his allegations were false, because the lands were sold in 29th or on the 29th of November 2016.
Yeah, I just said that.
And by then, yes, I just want to reiterate. And by then, who was the president in charge? The president was John Dramani Mahama, which Ablakwa himself served as a minister. Now you see his double standard. You see his hypocrisy. If you don't have full details, why do you go into the public space and make noise? I have always indicated that Ablakwa is only interested in noise because he is smart and he has seen that they have no message. All they can do is to ride on the emotions of Ghanaians. And they think with this they can win the elections. They should go back and do their homework well, because now we have majority of the youth of Ghana educated. They can read, understand, and know who is doing good and who is not doing good. Now you went on to sell another land, okay? The land which is around the 5th Circular Road in Cantonment, which is allocated to the Judicial Service. And this land was sold in 2015 to Frames Oil Company, who was the president by then. And there's the documentation. We are not just saying it. There is documents. So why do you keep lying, thinking that with this you can win the elections? Why? The same thing, he went to his Facebook wall denying that he is only the MPP that was... Jesus. You know, we can't continue like this. The majority of Ghanaians are discerning. The majority of Ghanaians now know that the NDC that wanted to steal our policy, which is the free senior high school, has finally backfired on them. the policy that we also instituted, which has to do with health insurance.
Please wrap it up.
There is evidence to show that we, the MPP, instituted, which they wanted to steal again. And so, you see, don't go about looking for policies that we have successfully implemented, try to steal them, and then properties that you have sold, state-owned properties that you have sold, you come back again and put it on us. We will match them boots for boots. They should know that their lies will not stand because we are coming to fact-check them.
Okay.
And we are going to compare our track records. We will not allow them deceive Ghanaians. We will bring them back to the fact that we have to give Ghanaians a message, and we need to prove to Ghanaians that we have a track record and that we can do it for them.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so we run out of time. This is where we come to the end of. Yes, so unfortunately we can't do any more.
So I can't even respond.
No,
with 2 minutes.
no. You wanted to respond to it.
Yes, because there's a lot.
No, we don't have a lot of time. We don't have okay, you have 1 minute, tops. Max.
Okay, so I want to indicate that Honorable Blackwell has responded to the minister's claim. And for us, like she's rightly said, Ghanaians know us for who we are and know them for what they are. At least Ghanaians know that honest government or party and dishonest government or party. Now, please, Tabitha, you are lying for them. You are lying for them. You are here lying for them. Nobody can take your word for them. You are lying. Tabitha, you are lying. No, please, you are lying. Let me let the people know the truth. Let me know that.
If you're going to continue,
you even continue talking about the.
Honorable Blackwell has issued a statement.
As for Tamale, I cannot speak to it.
Honorable Blackwell has issued a statement.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have to come to the end of the show at this point. Let me just quickly read this message. This is coming from Ajua in Pokwase. Ajua says, hello, Kweku. Good morning to you and your guests. Please tell the MPP lady to stop defending their ill doings. The LI was never going to survive. Sale of state lands, either by NDC or MPP, should stop. Yes, I agree with you on that one. And this is where we come to the end of the news review segment. Let me just say a big thank you to my guests this morning. Thank you to you, Tabitha. Thank you to you, Hamid Atu. God bless you.